The crystalline throne room of the Zephyrian Empire stretched before Leo like a cathedral of ice and starlight. He stood in chains, his human frame dwarfed by the towering alien architecture, yet his spine remained unbent. The war had been lost 3 months ago, and Earth's survivors now served as laborers across a dozen conquered worlds. Queen Zerathia regarded him from her elevated seat, her 6 eyes gleaming with an intelligence that transcended species. Her scales shimmered between purple and gold, a display of her ancient lineage. Beside her stood Isabella, not human, but close enough to make Leo's heart ache with memories of home. "You intrigued me." "Human," the Queen's voice resonated through the chamber, translated by the neural implant all prisoners received. "In 17 cycles of conquest, no species has fought with such creativity." Leo said nothing. He'd learned that silence often revealed more than words. Isabella shifted uncomfortably. Unlike her mother's imposing form, she possessed a more delicate frame, her features almost human save for the subtle iridescence of her skin and the way her hair moved like liquid silver. Her eyes, only 4 of them, held a sadness that the translation implants couldn't quite capture. "My daughter lost her mate in your people's final stand," Queen Zerathia continued. "Your commander Chen detonated the fusion core beneath New Tokyo. Efficient, brutal, very human." Leo's jaw tightened. He'd been there, had helped evacuate civilians, while Chen made the impossible choice that saved thousands by sacrificing hundreds. "By our laws, Isabella must remarry within the solar cycle, or forfeit her claim to the succession. The noble houses circled like your earth sharks, seeking to dilute our bloodline with their ambitions." The Queen leaned forward. "But I offer you a choice, Leo Martinez. Marry my daughter, and I will grant freedom to every human in the labor camps. Refuse, and they remain slaves until the last of them dies, serving the Empire." The chamber fell silent. Leo's mind raced. 20 million humans, scattered across the galaxy, condemned to lives of servitude, and all he had to do was, "Why me?" he asked finally. Isabella spoke for the first time, her voice soft but clear. "Because you tried to save him." Leo looked at her sharply. "What?" "Prince Velfa, my mate. When the bombs fell, he pulled him from the rubble. You didn't know he was already dead. You performed your human medical techniques for 7 minutes before your squad dragged you away." Her 4 eyes glistened. "Our drones recorded everything. You tried to save your enemy while your world burned." The memory flooded back. The Zephyrian officer trapped beneath steel and concrete, Leo's hands pressing against a chest that no longer moved, breathing air into lungs that couldn't accept it. He'd failed. He'd failed so many that day. "Your species is chaos made flesh," Queen Zerathia said, "but there's honor in that chaos. Marry Isabella, give her heirs. In exchange, your people go free, and you may find this arrangement less terrible than you imagine." Leo studied Isabella carefully. She didn't look away, meeting his gaze with a vulnerability that surprised him. This wasn't what she wanted either, he realized. She was as trapped as he was, a piece on her mother's political board. "Can I speak with her? Alone?" Leo asked. The Queen's expression was unreadable, but after a long moment, she rose. "You have 1 hour." Guards remove his chains. The garden dome offered a view of 3 moons rising over an alien landscape. Isabella stood at the transparent wall, her silhouette backlit by cosmic light. "You don't have to pretend this is anything but a transaction," she said without turning. "I know what I am, a widow, a political problem, a cage in the shape of a princess." Leo approached slowly. "And I'm the exotic solution your mother found. You're more than that." She finally looked at him. "You represent everything that terrifies the noble houses. Humans don't respect the old hierarchies. You adapt, you innovate, you survive against impossible odds. A human in the royal line changes everything. Your people conquered Earth in 6 weeks, and you made us bleed for every meter. The noble houses lost ships, soldiers, pride. They fear what you might teach our children. Independence, defiance, hope." Leo stood beside her, looking out at the alien sky. "What did you love about him?" "Your mate." The question surprised her. Velthar believed the war was wrong. He argued against the invasion in council. When he was overruled, he requested assignment to humanitarian efforts. She smiled sadly. "He was trying to establish medical stations when your commander Chen made his choice. Irony, I think you call it." They stood in silence, 2 prisoners contemplating a marriage that would free millions but bind them forever. "If I agree," Leo said slowly, I need guarantees. Real freedom for my people, not just empty promises. Transport to a colony world, resources, the right to self-governance. You'd negotiate. Isabella's laugh was unexpected, musical. Most humans in your position would simply accept or refuse. I'm an engineer. We solve problems. He met her gaze. Can you live with a husband who'll always remember Earth? Who'll teach our children that resistance isn't futile? Can you live with a wife who'll always mourn her first love? Who represents the empire that destroyed your world? Leo extended his hand, a very human gesture. I think we're both about to find out. Isabella stared at his hand, then slowly reached out, her fingers intertwining with his. Her skin was warm, her grip surprisingly strong. For 20 million lives, Leo said, I can try to build something new from the ashes. And I, Isabella replied, can try to be more than my mother's pawn. They sealed the arrangement, not with passion, but with understanding, two unlikely allies bound by duty, circumstance, and perhaps, eventually, something more. When Queen Zerathia returned, she found them still holding hands, negotiating the terms of humanity's freedom one clause at a time. The sight brought a rare smile to the ancient monarch's face. The humans, she thought, would change everything. She was counting on it.